What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today we get to start a build that I'm super excited about. I originally bought this camper shell for camping in. Bird getting killed out there or something. Originally bought it for camping in, and I've camped in it a couple times deer hunting with my son, and it's pretty awesome. But I think it would be more awesome if I stuck a couple beds back here. So I'm going to build these beds out. They're only gonna be 22 inches wide, 6 feet long, because I'm like 5'9", my son is 12, and then my other buddy and my brother-in-law that I deer hunt with, going elk hunting with, they're under 6 feet, so it'll be all right to make them 6 foot long, and then I'll have a little bit of wiggle room on the end also. My plan is to use these guys right here. I bought these on Amazon and they go. I'm just gonna put a J hook over that. And my whole purpose in doing this is so I can sleep comfortably, but the most important thing to me is that I can rip all of this out in 5 minutes or whatever, because I use my truck for truck things a lot. I put feed back here and hay and all kinds of crap, and I just don't really have the ability to drive around with a permanent setup in the back of my truck. And I don't have an entire day to debuild something that I put back there. So the inner side is going to be on legs, and the outboard side is going to be J hooks hooked onto those. Ideally, we'll see if it works. It works in my head. That doesn't always work out, but I'm gonna clean the back of my truck out so we can get this going. All right, she's all cleaned out. First, I'm just gonna build the frame of these things. I need to measure, make sure old boy cut my stuff to the right size, and then get to building frames. It's gonna be super simple. So my wheel well inside there is right at 10 inches. So if these are 3.5, I need 10 inches clearance under it. That means I'm gonna make these about 14. So we can sit up off the wheel well just half an inch or so. Liberty. She's a good girl. Yeah. Okay, we got all our boards done. Everything's cut to size. Yeah, I'm gonna throw these frames together real easy. And then I'm going to have to get through these right here. I'm gonna drill a hole all the way through it this way, and then I got some 7-inch J bolts that I need to grab out of my truck. These guys right here. I got a washer for the top and the bottom. So we'll see how this goes. 7¼ inch J bolts. Let's throw this thing in the truck and see where we need to put the holes for the old J-bolts. Turn the old party lights on. That'll be good there, and that'll be good there. So we'll put that sucker right here. Right here. Drill some holes. the 14s that I was gonna put on the inner side of these. Not sure where I want to put them. Like right here. Do want to put it like right there on the outside? I don't think I want to though. I think I want to put it on this side. Because I got plenty of room that way, and that'll leave me, you know, another 1.5 inches for storage there. Because I built it big enough to put like 10-inch tubs under it, and I ordered some 10-inch tubs on Amazon, and they should be here tomorrow. All right, I'm gonna throw them on the very outsides. We'll see how that goes. Put them on the outsides, it'll be like this. If I put them on the inside, it might sit down in here, or one might sit up here and one might sit down there, and then the bed will be all wonky. But if I put them like this, then I got no choice but for it to be on top. So I think on the ends is the best bed for this. So that's what I'm gonna do. I think this is pretty much how it needs to be. It's up against the wall. Ooh. I might need to come down a little bit. I think that is going to need to come down a little. That is it. This needs to come up a little bit. We're hitting the freaking sidewall over here is the issue. I think we can fix that with a little saw in action. I'm about to call this good enough. That works just fine. Not too bad at all. Well, I think I'm gonna be done working on this for tonight. This thing's done. I just need to sand it down. I'm just gonna sand it down and leave it as is and knock out the other ones. All right, day 2 or 3, whatever day it is, back at it with the truck camper bed build. I don't remember if I showed this or not. I got the carpet cut and laid down. It was pretty freaking easy. It was just a 6x8 indoor-outdoor carpet from Lowe's for 27 bucks, and it feels pretty good. You can still feel all the ridges, obviously, because it's super thin, but it'll definitely work for what it is, and it'll roll up nice and small when my stuff ain't back here. Went and bought some flat black spray paint. I'm gonna hit this thing, and then just walking around Harbor Freight, as I like to do, saw they have these moving blankets. So since the mattress on this is gonna be my sleeping pad, I don't want to take the chance to have a sliver or something poke it and pop it when I'm in the mountains and I need it. So I'm just gonna throw this, you know, just a moving blanket. I am gonna screw this down. So I'm just gonna cut this in half and use half of it on this bed and half of it on the other bed. I'll just staple it down and it'll be okay. We'll make it look good, or at least decent, and it won't pop my bed, so whatever. So I'm gonna hit this thing with a coat of spray paint, and then we'll start on the other one. Here we go. All right, that thing's painted up about as much as I need it to be. I think that'll look a lot better back there. Let's get all this crap off of my table, start building this second one. I think now that I have an idea of what's going on with it, it'll go way faster. Second one's built, about to paint it. Man, after building the first one and knowing what was wrong with it, building the second one went so much faster and it fits way freaking better. here we go. I'm gonna paint it and then we'll be done. We're done with that. Now I'm going to go cut that moving blanket in half the long way, and then we'll see how much of these it takes up and see if I'll have room to come up the sides a little bit on it. I'd like to have that whole inner spot lined with this stuff, but if we can't do it, we can't do it, but I think we should be able to. I got the moving blanket laid out here. We're 80 inches this way and 72 inches that way. So this is gonna be the long way, obviously, and then I'll cut it in half, and then we'll just have two 36-inch wide pieces to do as much as we can, or as much as we feel like doing. And then we'll put the pretty side on the outside side with this little hemmed up seam here, and then the scrubby side will go on the other side. So I'm just gonna measure it out and then we'll cut it. All right, that was ridiculous. Beautiful. All right, I'm gonna go get the drier of the two, and then we will start on this. I'm just gonna see what this is like, stapling it down. And if the staples stick up a little bit, then I'm gonna have to use that spray adhesive. I got some spray adhesive for the window curtains that I'm doing, so. And I was gonna make this lift up like I said before, but it's all open under there. I don't really have any reason to need to lift this up. I guess it would be kind of handy, but I'm just not super concerned about it. All right, that's down. Give her a quick little blowy here. See what she looks like this. This will be the inside, so I want it to have the nice seam on it. Well, this went from not carrying at all to carrying quite a bit. Should be good. But I've also said that before and we definitely weren't good, so I think we'll be okay. So now you get this with this adhesive. Looking good. Whew. Look at that crap. I don't mean to toot my own horn, but this turned out pretty freaking good. Need to suck this side up a little bit. It's a little uneven, but it's easy. I'm gonna do the same thing to the other one and then I'll be back. All right, it's time for the unveiling. This turned out way better than I thought it would. Something super basic to get excited about, but that's awesome. No more setting up a tent, deer hunting. And then I got these. These can go 2x4 to 2x4 right there. Just keep your crap from sliding out from underneath there. But I made it about 10 inches. So stuff like that would fit under it. I can put straps or jumper cables or whatever under there, and then put the rest of my hunting crap back there. And then since I'm using sleeping pads, I'm not gonna have to worry about mattresses to have up here. And whenever we're going, we can just throw the coolers up there. Coolers, bags, everything, all this deer hunting crap I got laying around everywhere. Now we're going to build a shelf for up there in the middle. So here we go with that. And the shelf is done. So I didn't show myself building the shelf because frankly, I'm ashamed at the carpentry skills that went into it, so whatever. But there it is. That's all I wanted, was a little shelf up there, a little bookshelf looking thing. Like, you can see that middle shelf's a little crooked. Whatever. Who cares? Yeah, that's just gonna be for like holding our phones, snacks, or whatever while we're sleeping, water bottles. So it does not matter at all. Painted it black like everything else in here, and now I am just waiting on the Amazon truck to get here with the stuff for my windows. All right, so who knows? Could be 8 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock, who knows? And we're back. The Amazon guy showed up. So I ordered some of this old camo material. It's kind of nylon-y here. And then I ordered just some radiant barrier. So my plan is to put Velcro strips around the windows, not the whole thing, just in a couple spots so it stays up there. And I'm gonna cut the radiant barrier out the size of the window, and then I'm gonna cut the camo stuff out the size of the radiant barrier, spray adhesive it to itself, and then I'll just have some Velcro on curtains, and hopefully with the radiant barrier it'll keep it nice and cool in there. So that's the plan. We're gonna see if we can make that happen. Huge thing of this stuff. So I just got the radiant barrier taped up here, and then I'm just gonna try to feel and trace where the window's at so I can cut it out. We'll see how that works. It's not sticking very well. And then we'll make an exact thing for the other side. I'm gonna make the same thing on another piece. So we are going to throw a couple pieces of this stuff on here. Velcro's on. Let's go see how this goes.
Dang, that looks nice.
Yeah, buddy. I think that turned out pretty dang good. We'll see. We'll see what it does for the heat. I'm gonna make the other one off camera, because you don't need to see me make all of them. They're all the exact same. And then I think that's gonna wrap this up. I think we might be done after that. So we'll see. All my totes came in. I got clear totes here so I can see what I got in there. And I got them perfect size, actually. They go almost all the way to the wheel well, still fit all the way under the bed. So I'm pretty happy with this so far. So let's do this. Throw some fishing rods in here and we'll be ready. All right, we're all done. I think this is gonna wrap it up. I got them lights put up in there. I got the side curtains on. We can go look in there. Here I made these side curtains, and these come off Velcro just like that. And I just go back up. Super easy to take off, super easy to put on. I hung these lights up here with Velcro, and it seems super sticky, so I'm not super worried about it coming off. If it does, then we'll figure something else out. And all of these lights are on a remote. And it's about as janky as you would think it would be. Just got this little remote. Off, 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 off. On. You gotta be close to all of them, so it's kind of annoying, but I think this is gonna be pretty cool. I made this basically 72 by 22, so my Xped Dura 5R fits right in here. And then for this side, for my son, I have like a Climate Static V Recon, or Recon Static V. It's kind of it's a decent mat. It just doesn't have the R value that I needed thinking about going to Colorado. And I wound up not doing this back window yet. I might still do it. I don't know if I will or not, but yeah, I got all my clear totes in. They fit under there perfect. I put some camping stuff in them. I got this Harbor Freight deal in there with some jumper cables and some straps, and now I just have to clean everything up. So thanks for sticking with me through this build if you made it this far, and thanks for watching and supporting. So we'll see you next time.